Philshire Farms, May 16th, 2021. The spirit shop has changed ownership, so there's not much of a spirit shop garden presence this year. We got a rogue dill plant here and Mr. Kale, but Mr. Kale is growing right next to Mr. Rat Poison, so won't be eating this Mr. Kale. All this stuff is just going to be ornamental. But the time, the crazy time, and the big jumbo onion. A little bit of Swishard came back, and this is the third year on the pineapple sage, and the lemon balm, and the anise hyssop. It smells like licorice. And look at all these blackberries and alfalfa. Blackberries, blackberries, blackberries. San Marzano. Blackberries, blackberries. Mr. Gigantic Fig. Look at this guy. He is just crazy and loaded up with figs. Yeah. And that's going to be a big elephant ear, lavender, crapberry. That's going to be a calla lily, and he gets a big boy and some kale and a clematis and a collard and a petunia and Whopper, Parks Whopper improved, cherry tomatoes, some beefsteak tomatoes, some eggplants, a kale up there. We got the Vietnamese coriander, and some basil that needs a home, and tomatoes are going to get a home after these lettuces are harvested. These tomatoes will take their place, and strawberries and stevia and strawberries and a big collard green and some more eggplant and some baby valerian. Sort of indeterminate variety of tomato with some cukes in the back there, and more strawberries and kale and Russian kale and another lettuce, and just looks like a collard and a bronze fennel and some jewelweed and chamomile and cherry tomato and garlic chives and mint. More San Marzanos and some flowers and mint and banana mint and more strawberries and Mrs. Copa chicken head and mint just growing wild in the parking lot. And we got some lettuces up there next to the geranium. More strawberries and a snapdragon and some catnip and some summer savory, and wait a minute, that's not summer savory. I'm retarded, I forget what this is. Anyways, I'll remember like halfway through this video. Horseradish, some sage that's flowering, yarrow, some marigold, and pansies, and thyme, and some crapberry, and old parsley, some kale, and some collards that are going to seed, and a sun gold tomato with some banana mint growing in the base, and some cucumbers, and a beefsteak tomato, and a cinnamon basil, and some cucumbers, and cucumbers, and cucumbers, and a red deuce tomato, cucumbers, just a little rogue kale. That's the back way. Some, yeah, blueberry. Look at these berries. Oh yeah, baby. Blueberry. And the pepper is the color of the cage. So we got red pepper, yellow pepper, orange pepper, and purple pepper. Peter Piper picked a peck of purple peppers. All right. What the hell is this? It's oregano, and it's thyme. I'm like going retarded. That's a bad word. Can't say retarded. All right. I'm just losing my mind. Borage. And that's French sorrel. It's late. That will be a flat of basil. That's some marigold from seed, some cleome. And look at the pretty color of that Gerbera daisy, and some wallflower, another red pepper, although the color of the cage is rust. There's that blueberry. Oregano, lemon balm, French tarragon, celandine, which I just keep here to ward off evil spirits, and cherry tomatoes back there. Another blueberry. Look at this big, giant blueberry, and edelweiss, and catnip, and dianthus. And this is just some cucumbers, and a baby catnip, and a baby lamb's ear, some baby cilantro, a little bigger catnip, and mystery tomato. Those are some Rutgers red leaf lettuce that actually went to this is all from lettuce that seeded itself, from a lettuce that went to seed last year, just like that bronze fennel. He's just, I didn't plant him. I didn't plant that marigold, but this is some sort of tomato. Nasturtium from seed, lemon verbena, some cherry tomatoes, some big boys and better boys, and then look at this jewel weed. Look at that arugula. That grew itself from seed. Some more nasturtium, a couple more tomatoes. I think that's a lemon boy tomato. Gumball machine, a flat of dill, and we got another geranium up there, and more strawberries, and cilantro from seed, and cornflower that just planted itself, kale, some beets going to seed, didn't dig them up last year, a French sorrel, some kale that's going to seed, some new kale. We got a long hot, a jalapeno, a long red cayenne, a poblano ancho, and a hot banana, and a bucket of water, and some basils and celery, and some various tomatoes. And we got Greek column basil, and some parsleys, and another lavender, and a whole bunch of parsleys. All these parsleys just came up here from a parsley that went to seed last year. And there's some Swiss shards and some more lettuces and a giant bronze fennel, another bronze fennel, regular fennel, all kinds of basils. Look at that over there. This guy, white sage, and rosemary, some spinaches, and a blackberry, thornless blackberry lettuce in a pot, empty buckets for water, some kale, and some more spinaches with a potato in the middle, and some Russian kale with another kind of kale in the middle. This is all from last year. It's gone to seed. I'm going to collect some seeds and then cut the seeds off, and hopefully it'll keep kaling out. And we have just like those. I cut the flowers off those tall ass kale tree thingies there, and hopefully they will make some more kale, rosemary, some more spinaches, lamb's ear. Now check this cornflower out. I bought this a couple years ago from Mom's Market, and it was over there, and it was a blue coneflower, and so it's kind of reseeded itself in different places. And check it out, it came back as a blue, purple, pink, white. It's like all kinds of crazy colors. I love how nature works. A bee balm. Now this is hyssop, and that's winter savory, and thyme, and another sage, and some various tomatoes, and green bell, and sweet banana, and another green bell, and some eggplants with some lettuce. That's more of that red leaf lettuce that was just growing in various spots, and it was all growing in that box over there in random little baby lettuces, and I picked them all and transplanted them all to these 5-gallon buckets. And this was a whole thing of lettuce, but I've already harvested 2, and so I replanted eggplants there. And another Parks Whopper improved, some canna. And this is more winter savory, catnip. And look at this valerian right here, man. This thing smells so killer. It's the mom of those 2 baby valerians from earlier in this video. Petunia, lemongrass, and more French sorrel, celery, and look, there's a romaine in there, and all that baby arugula that came from seed. And there's this white sage. That's another killer smell. And you know, I guess I could stand here forever and try to remember why is it that we get mental blocks and we can't remember things, because it's so on the tip of my tongue. It's like a cross between thyme and oregano, and it smells like a Christmas tree. Marjoram. Don't. You know what I did? I did that A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. When I got to M, I'm like, marjoram. What the heck is wrong with me? Horseradish. We did that already. So, Phil's Deli, Philshire Farms, 2021. another fig. Oh, blackberries. All right. Maybe we'll make another video later in the season when everything's all grown in and we can see the difference. This is Sven, the Road God, signing off. Philshire Farms 2021.